What's up guys, Creighton here from LogicLounge.com. This week we're going to go over the Apple event that just happened on Tuesday. We're going to talk to you guys a whole lot about iOS, the new iPhone, more Apple hardware, iCloud, and so much more. So here we go, we're going to get started with the iOS 5. Alright, so talking about iOS 5, it started out very simple. Again, with much of Apple's keynotes, they talked about stats. They have become the #1 mobile OS out there at the moment. They have a whole bunch of new features coming out and also applications coming in the iOS 5. They are launching it on October 12th is when the iOS 5 will be available for everybody who has compatible devices. They're going to be launching a new application as well. It's called Cards. Basically, this is a greeting card service that Apple is providing to its users. It will be a free application to download in the App Store. You can design and send physical cards to whoever you want. It's going to be $2.99 to send a card inside of the US and $4.99 to do it internationally. So you can send greeting cards so if you forget or anything like that. They talked a lot about in review of Notification Center, talking about how they're redesigned notifications and all that. They also talked about iMessages. We're getting more information on iMessages. It will be on all iOS 5 devices, including iPod Touches, and it's basically free and unlimited messaging from your iPod Touch to any user over Wi-Fi on your iPhone. Anything like that is going to be free messaging to your friends. So that's iMessages. They talked a lot about Twitter integration, so now that you can integrate your Twitter account with iOS, so you can tweet out a whole lot more faster on your iOS device. They talked about Newsstand and how you can subscribe to your newspaper, subscribe to magazines, subscribe to all that, where you can get all that information and just be able to share it all. They talked about updating, getting new issues, not being able to be distracted by new issues when you're reading in Newsstand. So it all happens in the background. Talked a lot about the camera application and how it's changing. They're going to be integrating new methods to take pictures, especially taking a picture without having to unlock your iPhone and go into settings and finding your camera application and taking a picture. Now you can do it directly from your lock screen by bypassing all those steps. Apple is also putting in an editing feature in there, so you'll be able to edit photos before you want to send them to somebody or send them off, so you can do everything straight from your phone. That's kind of Apple's thing. Do it all in the phone. That's why they're cutting the cord and making it PC free. On Safari, they're making tabbed browsing, so now you have tabs in your mobile Safari for iOS 5, so you can browse the web with multiple tabs and have that desktop feel with your newer browsers. I don't know how many of you guys are on IE6 yet, or still, and if you're on IE6, yeah, don't. And then they talked a lot about Game Center. Game Center is a massive market for Apple. 67 million subscribed users on the game market. So, well, they call it Game Center, sorry. So it's this big thing that Apple is getting into, and they're encouraging people to sign up and make applications that integrate Game Center. Apple has given us a lot more information on iCloud and everything that can happen and do with it. They talked about iTunes in the cloud, how you can have all of your music up into the cloud and you can access it from any device without having to log into a different account or access into that information. It's going to be right there under one account. They also talked about photo streams. So if you have photos, you can put your photos up in the cloud. You can get them anywhere you'd like. You can put them up there, give them to friends, do anything with those. They also talked about documents in iCloud. So you can edit documents in iCloud. You can publish them in iCloud. You can do anything really with your documents in iCloud, which is very nice for those work-oriented people. You can also re-download your music now without having to complain to Apple. So if you've bought a track from Apple, you can easily and seamlessly go in there and re-download it if you ever lose it or need to re-get it again. Again, it's syncing across everything. That's basically what iCloud is there for. It's going to be synced with everything and anything that it can that's Apple related. There are tiered plans for the iCloud. Right now, all users will get 5 gigabytes for free, and that's unlimited to them, unlimited usage of how you can use that 5 gigabytes. They also have a tiered plan of 10 gigabytes, 20 gigabytes, and 50 gigabytes. If you want to get a 10 gigabyte plan, that's $20 a month. 20 gigabytes is $40 a month, and 50 gigabytes is $100 a month. And this is also a separate fee from iTunes Match, which Apple talked a lot about. iTunes Match will take your music library, see what songs that it knows, and give you access to those songs into the cloud. If you have a track in your library that it can't find on its servers, you can actually upload them to that service as well, so you can get all of your applications and music from the cloud. That will have a separate charge, and that will be debuting later in October. There is no release date for that yet. And so that's everything that they've debuted about iCloud. Alright, a lot of Apple's news this week was talking about all their hardware, especially their refresh of the iPod Nanos. That's right, they're refreshing the iPod Nanos. Basically, they're nothing really on the outside, more of it's on the inside. They've integrated some watch designs with it, so they'll have a watch mode, which will have a watch face that you can easily change to anything that you like. And it's going to be this more integrated for those people who want to watch or people who want to exercise and work out. They've integrated a pedometer on there so you can keep track of statistics if you're running or walking, working out. So that will be all done through Nike. Nike has a partnership with Apple for the Nano, and that's how that will happen. So it'll help you work out too and keep track of what you need to do more on. And it's going to be a no extra accessory device, so you don't need anything other than the device to work out or track what you want to track. And it's going to come in 2 flavors, an 8 gigabyte and a 16 gigabyte model. The 8 gigabyte will run you about $129, while the 16 will run you $149. They also talked a lot about the iPod Touch. They are going to refresh the iPod Touch. More of it's on the inside and their guts. It will have iMessage compatibility, so again you can use iMessage to unlimitedly send messages to your friends. It's going to be free and unlimited over Wi-Fi, as I said. It's going to be able to have cloud, iCloud, and iOS 5. It's going to be in black, and it's going to be in white. The flavors that it will come in is 8, 32, and 64 gigabytes, running $199, $299, and $399. Which is a pretty alright price for it. And that will be coming October 12th. And alright, here we go. This is the piece de resistance. The thing that you want to most know about, it's the iPhone 4S is what they're calling it now. Not the iPhone 5, it's the iPhone 4S. It has the same body as the iPhone 4, but it's where it matters is on the inside. So it has an A5 dual-core processor with 7 times faster graphics, so you'll be able to navigate through your iPod or your iPhone very fast. They talked a lot about Infinity Blade. If you guys know, that's probably the most powerful game that Apple runs. And it's a very graphic intensive game, and they had the CEO of, I believe, Epic Games, which was on there, talking about it. They're going to be releasing Infinity Blade 2 on December 1st, and they went over a video of it. It's going to be no pre-rendered graphics. So you saw all these HD graphics that are not pre-rendered. They're actually rendered from the phone in real time, and it's like HD gaming, which is very cool for those people who like to game on their phones. One of the big concerns was battery life. Battery life can be a tough thing with a phone with so much power, but Apple has reassured us that battery life will not change from the iPhone 4 to the iPhone 4S. They also talked about their antenna. They did address the antenna issue, which everybody knows is a very big problem, so they have improved it. They've also gotten the download speeds up, about doubling the speeds to 14.4 megabits down. Now, Apple does confirm that this is not 4G, but it is up to the performance of 4G. So you'll be able to get 4G speeds and 4G everything without it being a 4G device. It's going to be a world phone, and world phone means that it's going to be both CDMA and GSM. So if you go to a country with GSM, you'll be able to switch to that or CDMA. And the iPhone is the #1 camera on Flickr, and it's gone up and up. They've improved the camera so much with the iPhone 4S. First of all, it has a better flash, and it brings in 73% more light. So you're going to be able to deal with those low light situations a whole lot better. It also has a hybrid IR filter as well to filter out all those unneeded things. They have a 26% better white balance, so I don't look, ghost white when you're taking a picture of me with the 4S. It has 5 lens elements rather than the 4 the iPhone 4 had. It has better color, better luminosity. Overall, it's just a better camera with 8 megapixels. And it takes 1.1 seconds to take a picture rather than the other phone cameras, which can take up to 2.5 to 3 seconds just to take a photo. So it's very fast for taking photos. They did announce that it is going to have 1080p recording. So instead of 720p, you can go full 1080p HD quality from your phone recording, which I reported on a while ago, and that was one of the features that probably wasn't favored, but Apple's managed to do it. And again, they've improved wireless AirPlay with it as well, so you'll be able to use it wirelessly and all that AirPlay goodness. So that's the iPhone 4S. Same body, but improved design. Everything's on the inside. It will have iOS 5. It will work with everything with iOS 5 applications. It's optimized for iOS 5. And you'll be able to get the iPhone 4S. Pre-orders December 7th, debuting October 14th. Now let's talk about one of the most highly anticipated applications for the iOS 5 platform. That is Siri. It's their assistance program. We all thought it would be called Assistance, but apparently it's going to be called Siri now. We all know Siri from their application before Apple bought them, and now they're integrating it directly into iOS 5. So you can ask it anything. You can ask it for a restaurant. You can ask it for the weather. You can even make appointments and respond to text messages. So it's your one-stop shop for getting things done around your iPhone without clicking through a whole lot of buttons. This is generally good, so if you're driving or in a distracting event, you can easily get stuff done without being too distracted. With Siri, you can also have geofences to set reminders. Geofences basically are telling Siri that when I leave this area, alert me and tell me to do something. So if you're at work, you can say, once I get 1 mile from here or something, send me a notification to remind me to go to the store to pick up milk, or something like that. And it will remind you as soon as you get out of that location. Unfortunately, this is only for the iPhone 4S. You will not have to be able to use it for the iPhone 4. Not sure about the iPod Touch, though. That is still a mystery. It integrates with everything, like I said. Doesn't matter what application. Probably going to work better with Apple applications, so anything that Apple has produced, like making an event on iCalendar and everything like that, you'll be able to easily integrate and use. They're going to have 3 models, the 16, 32, and 64 gigabyte models, which will run $199, $299, and $399 on a contract. I have to say, though, if you want the iPhone 3GS, that is actually going to be free with a 2-year contract where it's available. Siri will be in beta when it's released, so you'll be able to use it, but it's going to be still considered in beta form. And that's it. It's pre-orders October 7th and released October 14th. Oh wait, one more thing I almost forgot. Sprint users, guess what? The iPhone 4S is coming for you. It will be on the Sprint network. That means that if you are on Verizon, AT&T, or even Sprint now, you'll be able to easily get the iPhone 4S. So be sure to pick your network and go pre-order it October 7th. Pick it up October 14th. That's it from me. If you have any questions, email me, Creighton@LogicLounge.com. Follow me on Twitter for all Apple-related, tech-related, anything-related events at twitter.com/Creighton. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Come on, guys, subscribe to this YouTube channel, youtube.com/LogicLounge. Go like us on Facebook, facebook.com/LogicLounge. Be sure to check out our technology blog where you can find this video, transcripts of this video, our live blogs of events, and so much more at LogicLounge.com. Till next week, we'll see you guys later.